our favorite viewer mail is from you guys. And the most viewer mail comes about our fabulous duo, Dr. Kara and Dr. Bryan Criswell. We're so excited to have you tonight on the set.
Thanks, Deborah. Great to be here.
You know, not only are you amazing in your field, the top in your field, may I add, but you also do amazing things for the community. And tonight we're going to talk about something that was a great way for you to give back, a deserving person that you gave a mommy makeover to. Tell us how that all came about.
Well, we were talking in the office about different ways of acknowledging all these incredible, powerful women in our community, and it's amazing how active the women in Charlotte are for other charities and giving to the community, and to their friends and families as well. And so we thought, what's a great way to recognize these people who selflessly give and don't really take time for themselves.
We recognize that we never give enough recognition to the women in our community, the women in our lives who do so much, and often more than the men do, and yet there's just not that recognition.
Right. So you did something where there could be nominations.
Yes.
And people didn't nominate themselves.
No.
It was their husbands
Right.
or their friends or their family. And I heard that there were so many nominations that it took weeks to read through them all.
It truly did. And what our office did, our team did, is they looked at the write-ups, the letters that the people sent in, and chose their 10 favorite from those letters. And then with the submissions, they had to send in photos as well. And so they went through the photos and chose their 10 favorite photos that they saw. And then they took the two stacks, put them together, and tried to figure out which of those were their favorites.
And we were looking for people who didn't submit their own submissions.
Yeah.
So these were
So that was a red flag.
Yeah.
Submit it yourself.
Yeah.
You're nominating yourself
It
out.
didn't help. And then what they were being recognized for. So they didn't have to be moms. So many were moms who had took care of their kids, their families, their husbands, and worked and did charity on the side as well, or not even on the side. And that's what we narrowed down to. Was the winner was a woman who did all those things and does all those things.
And I want to say you're one of my favorite people because you do recognize women and they're just not only the empowerment they give to everyone in the community, but you elevate them to a different level. And I love that. That's a great partnership. And this is what you saw too, the vision that, it's really about giving back. It's not just you obviously clearly you don't need the recognition, you're the top in your field, but you wanted to give back, and you recognize that as a man how women make a difference.
How can we give back to the women in our community who are making a difference?
Right. And this woman was someone that stood out. I'm sure, I know that you guys had a certain pile of, okay, these are our top 15, and then it was a really difficult decision of how to narrow it down to one. But this woman gave a lot back from what she did for others. Let's talk about, we won't unveil her name yet, but we're going to talk about, what set her apart from the others.
So she developed her own charitable organization about 7 years ago called Photography with Heart, where she would go and photograph terminally ill patients with their families and their caregivers as a way of remembering them. And she did that part of volunteer work. In addition, she was involved with the Independence Fund, which took photos of catastrophically wounded soldiers and their families and caregivers as well.
And sometimes those are forgotten people.
Absolutely, absolutely. And she really gave her time to both of those organizations.
And she has 3 children, correct?
Four
children. And I'm just going to say selfishly, sometimes you're exhausted from all the things you do for your family.
Sometimes.
Okay, all the time. So it is difficult to take that time to give back. So, that's a whole other league of itself. So that she was 4 children, and they're not
No, they're little.
They're little children. That she took this time to do it.
And she's married, and she had a full-time job as well. So
Right.
Just remarkable.
So we're going to take a moment, and we're going to watch the video. It was on Fox. We're going to watch the announcement, and then we're going to come back and talk about how we made her feel and look fabulous. Okay, let's watch the video now, provided by Fox 46.
Welcome back this morning. We have a very special makeover that has happened thanks to Bryan and Kara Criswell of Criswell and Criswell Plastic Surgery. They chose Miss Lindsay Hart as their Woman of the Year. Here's a cutout of Lindsay joining us. The real Lindsay will join us in just a moment. But first, Bryan, explain to us why you chose Lindsay.
We wanted to honor a woman in Charlotte in this area who has done a lot to give back toward her community. And so we put out to our patients in the community to submit loved ones, significant others, women in their lives who'd made an impact in the family, in their careers, and in the community, giving back to charity.
And Lindsay has done that for sure, and she joins us this morning. Her new self looking just spectacular. We're going to invite her to walk on in and stand, yes, yay, next to her cutout here, which is, I'm sure, a first for you. I know, it's fun.
Oh my goodness.
You look spectacular.
Thank you so much.
Kara, walk us through, if you would, before we hear from Lindsay, walk us through what you did. You did, we have halo here, you did some filler, and you did sculpture. So we have video, I think, before and after here. What's the halo?
Oh boy.
So the halo is a dual wavelength laser that resurfaces and also tightens. It stimulates your own collagen production. So it's almost just an amazing minimal downtime laser that can really rejuvenate the face.
Look how beautiful she is anyway.
I know.
She's
She's
beautiful. I know. And then some filler and some Botox.
Yes, so we did some injectables in terms of some deep filler in the temples and in the cheeks, and then some more superficial filler in the lips and the nasolabial folds, and a little bit of Botox to help kind of soften the resting lines. And then we did, and you can kind of see the temples are a great area to really help with rejuvenation. It's an area people don't really think about. She's got beautiful bone structure. She's
She really
gorgeous.
does.
So the filler, we wanted to be very natural with her.
And then what is sculpture? What did that do? Am I saying it right? Do you pronounce it that way? Okay.
Absolutely. So it is a fat dissolving laser. So it's minimal downtime, 2 sessions, 25 minutes each. And you can see that it really did make a great difference. Minimal discomfort during...
No surgery.
No surgery.
No surgery.
downtime.
And look at that. How fun. Lindsay, how do you feel?
Oh my goodness, I feel great. I feel fabulous. I have, you know, confidence I didn't even know that I had, and I just, I've been treated so well by the Criswells and their entire staff. So I
Well,
could
you
not
were
be
beautiful
happier.
to begin with.
Yes.
So I know it's not like you
Thank
needed much, but you certainly
my
look like just
goodness.
a zhuzhed up version of yourself.
That's
I
how
want
I
to point
feel.
out, too, you do photography with heart, which is part of what brought people to nominating you for this. Will you explain what that is?
I will. So Photography with Heart is just a way to kind of help families that have members that are terminally ill and facing possibly, you know, life-ending situations. And so with those families, I'm able to photograph them. I also work with veterans that have been catastrophically wounded and photograph them to give them kind of that keepsake and that legacy gift for their family in that time of hardship.
What a beautiful thing to do by a beautiful
Thank
person
you.
inside and out. Thank you all for coming
Thank
in,
you
Bryan
so
and
much.
Kara. Yeah, thank you so much
Appreciate
for introducing us, guys. Come back for more Good Day right after the break. We'll be right back.
And now we're back. The smile on her face is everything. Like just the shock, the amazement, you know, and the gratitude.
She was so lovely. Every time she came in the office, everyone remarked on just how kind and sweet and wonderful she was. And this was such a great project and as a team building thing because everybody in our office was involved in her care. And so everyone was able to participate in making her feel better about herself and giving her the added confidence. And being able to ask other part of our businesses in our community to help participate in this, they just said, oh, great, we'd love to. Every single one. And that just gave us such pride that they trusted our
Jewelry,
judgment with it.
hair,
Exactly.
makeup, dinner, outfit. I mean, how amazing.
It was great.
And she was beautiful before, but let's talk a little bit about what you did to make her even more fabulous.
And this situation is a great opportunity because she didn't come in saying, hey, I just want such and such. She came in and said, okay, well, what can we do? So I gave us a little bit of carte blanche to say, here are the things that we can offer.
Right.
And so we did, in terms of facial rejuvenation, Botox and filler, which is the immediate result. And then we also did some facial rejuvenation, so with our halo laser and with photofacial. And that just really brightened up her smile. You can see some pre and post ops, just really brightens her face, her skin, her smile.
We did some sculpture as well. So a little fat dissolving laser for
And that's great
too.
for someone that has her face structure.
She's gorgeous. So let's just start there. So, but what was really nice is the fillers that we gave and did really enhanced her natural beauty and her natural facial structure. So it wasn't like an overdone thing. Oh, let me just put filler in because we're supposed to be putting filler in.
Right.
It was let's look where she needed. And so the subtle areas. Like she had filler done in her temples, which is not something you often think of, oh, I need to have filler in my temples, but that is a sign of aging, and you can really rejuvenate someone's face with that. So that was one of the areas that she had that you wouldn't normally think, oh, let me put filler in. And it made a tremendous difference overall, and she loved that.
And how amazing that she was such a kind person and gave so much. You just wanted to do so much more for her because it gave you, such a good feeling to give back.
She was so taken aback by all this that was done for her, and her take home from all this was just genuine. It was, this gives me extra energy to give back even more to the community. So she was just a perfect award winner for this.
Well, I love that, what you do for the community, and I love, this is such a heartfelt story, and it really is about empowering women, making a huge difference in the world, and giving back, because I think that's what we're all here on earth to do. And you guys, like I said, didn't have to do it, and how amazing that you partnered with all these businesses to give back. And as we close, we're going to show some amazing pictures at your office where she was presented with the prize package and just the celebration of the staff, how great they felt to be part of it.
They really did.
It's pay it forward.
Yeah,
Yes,
pay it forward.
definitely.
So we're going to close with those pictures, and thank you always for being a fixture right here on the Deborah Kennedy Show, but really for making a difference and being the people that you are.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Deborah.
And now let's take a look at those pictures. We are all about fun right here on the Deborah Kennedy Show, and I have a second set of debuts tonight, 2 of them in a row. First is my co-host, his debut, co-hosting, he's always around, but Mr. Bryce Carey. And we are so excited about this one in the house with Chef Samantha, who's going to whip up some Southern crab cakes for us.
Yes.
Yes, we're excited to have you. This is your debut. You're going to be a regular.
Yes.
And you started doing this because you actually have a really cool chef house restaurant in Statesville, North Carolina.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes?
And you're going to show us how to make a dish from your
Yes,
restaurant,
we
correct?
actually we're going to be making crab cakes from our menu.
And this is one of your signature dishes, so we are going to get started. And Bryce and I are great assistants, so do you mind if we help you tonight?
Oh, please do.
Okay, so you just tell us what we're doing wrong, Samantha. So there's so many different types of crab cakes. I'm going to give you the fabulous hot sauce, and I'm going to do what makes everything really good. Mayonnaise,
Well, of course.
mayonnaise, and more mayo, right? Okay, we're going to put
All the good
in
stuff.
there, all the good stuff.
So you're going to use about half of that mustard over there.
Okay, half of the.
And we're making a
You got the
remoulade
mustard?
to start off with. And that keeps them nice and moist.
And then what's it called? A remoulade?
Remoulade.
Remoulade. I always hear that. I never knew quite what it was. How much of this is
We're going to
this?
use about a tablespoon of Old Bay.
And this is Old Bay. So 1 tablespoon right
The
here.
big one.
Oh, the big one. Thank you, Chef
always
Samantha.
I don't know much about cooking, but this already smells good.
Yeah. I like what she said. Did you hear what she said? The bigger, the better.
There we go.
Especially in your bank account,
especially-
right?
Yes.
Go big or go home.
And this Worcestershire sauce?
Yep, we're going to use about a tablespoon of that as well.
Okay. Well, you're mixing well over there, Bryce.
Yeah.
Okay, sprinkle that in there. So that's how we start. So
Yep.
just these simple ingredients.
And one half of that lemon over there, you're just going to juice
Okay.
it right into your hand to catch the lemon seeds.
So I'm going to let you do that.
All right. So you do that to keep the seeds
Okay.
from falling in. That way you don't have to dig them out later because that's no fun.
Oh, I like that. See, when you're confused here, I just say, I'm going to let him do that. Okay, and then what is this yummy? Are we doing it next?
Right, we are
No?
actually going to, once you get that good and mixed
Okay.
up,
You're going to put it into that.
Right.
Some of that.
Pour
There we go.
Do that.
And we're going to
Okay.
right into there. And
All
we're
of
gonna
it?
Save that because that's where we're going to mix our crab cakes into next.
Yum.
So now we're going to add our fresh onions and peppers.
So you chop these up. So It's just fresh. You have red onions and different types of green peppers and red
Yep,
peppers.
you can use either or. Red's a little bit
All
sweeter.
of them?
Yep.
Get the rest of it in there.
And this crab cake recipe is from Charleston, is that what we said?
Yes, I
Inspired?
learned to make these whenever I was in Charleston. I lived there for about a year and a half, and the Low Country, love it.
So what's different? So it's really good to have like all these different variations of crab cakes. And I probably have had 15 different types. What makes this one your like signature?
Well, the remoulade to begin with keeps it moist, and most people just kind of mix in your crab cakes, your vegetables with eggs and panko. I like to give it a little extra flavor. It's all about the layers of flavor.
Right.
So
Ooh, I like
the
that.
more
I
that
like
you can
that too.
build
Layers
up,
of
the
flavor.
better it is.
Because it's smelling like.
It already smells ready to eat.
So what do we have
So we
next?
are going to dump in
Ooh.
our crab.
This is the star of the show.
Yes.
Oh, fresh
Now,
crab.
this is
all of it.
Yep. Where this is lump crab. A lot of people use claw for their crab cakes, but I like to use lump because it's a little bit more meaty. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's definitely worth it.
Right. Like the bigger, the better.
That's right.
The better taste, right?
Yes.
The more expensive.
So we are going to crack in these 2 eggs over here.
Okay. Now you're going to use some gloves.
Yes.
Look how like we're just so healthy.
I'll move this one out of the way.
Sanitation grade here.
That's right.
Okay. She's like, I need gloves. I'm going to be using this hands for something else.
Yes.
So I like it. Sanitation, yes. Always try it.
So we're going to dump our eggs all right on it.
Keep stirring that for you.
Let me grab.
Oops.
Oopsie.
You want to keep the shell out.
No shells, no seeds.
Eggshells.
Not in this
Yeah.
one. So we're going to mix this up, and then we're going to add panko breadcrumbs. And it's just a plain Japanese-style breadcrumb. It's not flavored with anything because we've got all the flavor right there.
And what does the
already.
breadcrumb do when we put that in there?
It's just going to be the thickener. It's going to hold it all together. The glue, if you
Okay.
will.
Okay. Ooh, this looks so
does look good.
good. I think we have one more little eggshell right here. We'll get this out. So don't you love live television?
Yes. All right. And actually, grab this other glove.
Okay.
And we're going to start mixing in our panko.
Okay. And is it kind of mixed to you see that it's forming like a little cakey
Yep,
type?
it'll be almost like a coarse dough almost. So we're just
a
going to
little more.
add a little bit more. You can add. You can always add more. You can't take it back
Right.
out. So slow at a time.
Oh my God, this looks so good.
It does.
Even
It's-
I feel like I could do this. And this is the one thing about, you know, the segments with cooking. I love that our viewers can watch it on our website
yeah.
and go back and watch
Yep.
it again, you know, and then do the step by step. And we'll
Yep.
have it on your website as well,
Absolutely.
The Chef's House.
Yes.
So we'll have this posted on that website as well for those at home. But then, of course, if you just want to be served, you go to the Chef's
Go to
House.
the
right?
Chef's
right.
house.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to see
Do you need a little oil?
almost. Whenever you're forming your crab cakes, if you'll put them in there and tap them a little bit, and you're looking for them to not fall apart. If they fall apart like that, you need to add more breadcrumbs.
Okay.
But these are still a little wet for my taste.
Okay.
so
Oh, I like that. She's a perfectionist. For my taste.
We're going to add just a little bit more.
Okay.
Get our
Now,
cloves
what
out of the way.
serving size is this going to make?
This is going to make about 4 to 5 nice big
Nice
crab
big- okay,
cakes.
cool.
Or you can probably make about a dozen mini
smaller
crab
ones?
cakes
Nice.
if you're looking for appetizer-wise.
So I do have to say I have a little crush on your dad, who is our director here,
Yes.
Mr. Jim McJunkin himself. So I did get invited to your open house. Oh my gosh, your food is just amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Amazing. So that's why we thought, why not have her do
Definitely.
this in the kitchen, just
Oh,
cooking
I'm
up in the
happy
chef's
to.
house. Our kitchen. You're doing this in our kitchen today.
We're going to go ahead and get our burner working.
Look at that for
Some
you.
oil, Mr. Bryce.
Yes. And we're going to have just enough to cover the bottom of the pan. So we don't want too much.
Do you like these pans?
I do. These are stainless steel, and it's got, we try not to
Little
use
coating.
metal in them to keep the coating on, but I have tongs anyway.
Rules are meant to be broken.
Exactly. Is it important to have really, really good cooking
it
pots and
helps.
pans?
You know, you're only as good as your tools that you have.
Okay.
So-
I like that. All right, so we're gonna let you form.
All right, and let me grab one more glove over here.
One more glove. because we will be tasting.
Yes.
And tasting.
It
and
smells
tasting.
good
Yeah.
already, so
yeah.
I can't wait to cook it up.
I can't wait to serve it. Cook it up and then serve it.
And
up.
then eat it up.
Okay. Yeah, and eat it up.
We're just gonna take these. We're gonna wait for our oil to get hot, and the way for it to
Okay.
check is to just drop a little piece in there,
See if it sizzles up.
and it's already starting, so we are good to go. So we're just gonna lay that in there, and you want to make sure whenever you're dealing with hot oil to lay away from you.
Okay.
So you don't want it to splash in your face.
Okay.
That's no fun.
That's no fun.
Those are the tips that are
was-
good to hear because I
Right.
will learn the hard way
You're right.
by throwing it in there. And,
Well, you know, I try and help someone else,
And the burn center is about 8 miles away from here, so
just in case.
just in case.
well, so for somebody like me that doesn't cook, this actually looks easy enough. I could do this at home. Like I really, the steps, the ingredients, everything looks like something I could do to really impress somebody with some good Southern cooking. So
Absolutely, and it's so versatile. You know, you can use it for appetizers, or you can make them big.
I like
so-
that you said that you could scoop them out smaller and do an appetizer size.
Because these
Or
are like
versus a
nice
larger-
helpings.
Yeah.
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 Yes.
And you said there's like we could get maybe 8.
Yeah.
8 to 10.
Wow.
Or 14
yeah.
small ones.
Yeah. Cool.
Oh my gosh! I know that if you could just paint the picture for our audience out there.
If it was smell vision, it would
All
be.
right, scratch and sniff.
So is it
Wow.
very important for crab cakes to get them brown on each side?
It
Because
is.
it's really about the egg cooking through.
It is,
Because the
'cause-
crab's already
Yes,
done.
it's already cooked, and you want to keep your vegetables, you know, crispy. I like its texture. You know,
Yeah. And I like that you saved a little sauce because the sauce will go on top, and that's one of my favorite parts.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the saucier the better.
Right.
The sauce. So just as we're cooking it up and talking, we just want to go through the ingredients again.
Okay.
So first we started with good old-fashioned mayo.
That's right.
Well, actually the hot sauce.
Yeah, the hot sauce, the
We used
mayo.
a little hot sauce, mayo, mustard. What type of mustard was
it's
that?
grain mustard.
Grain mustard.
It's got a little bit spicier to it, so it's
And is that
Got a
some
little
places that you can adjust the spiciness if somebody doesn't want as much flavor to
absolutely.
it? Like
And
that?
the hot sauce as well. You know, you can use a little bit less if that's what you prefer.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got Worcestershire.
And what
then
does that do? That just gives it a little flavor, a little bite, the Worcestershire?
Little tang.
Okay. A little tang. Okay.
And then we've got some Old Bay and fresh lemon juice.
Okay. And then we just put that all together. Then the eggs just to make it all,
Yep.
eggs
And then
make
the-
everything good.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Onions and peppers, the crab,
And then a little of the bread.
the panko
Breadcrumbs.
crumbs.
Okay. So that's pretty easy. That's less than 10 ingredients.
Oh yeah.
10 simple ingredients that most people have.
Yep.
Okay.
And the important part here is wait. Just wait.
So
If
don't
it
try to
doesn't,
turn it.
not yet. If it doesn't let go of the pan, it's not ready. The meat will let you know whenever it's ready.
Okay,
You
well,
know?
let's talk a little bit about you at the chef's house. So, it's a challenge, I'm sure, in the beginning of working out all the kinks of having a restaurant.
Oh yes.
What are some of the secrets that you've learned to actually having a restaurant? In fact, you live there, and that's why it's called the chef's house.
Yes.
So what are some secrets that you've learned that you wish you would have known when you first started being a chef?
Your parents are way more right than you think they are.
Oh, I love hearing
Yes,
that.
I admitted it.
I like that as a parent.
Yes. Oh God, there's so many things. Patience, patience, and communication, and preparedness. You know, if you are prepared, it makes it a little bit easier. Planning takes a lot. So
And you guys try to use a lot of farm to table, a lot of
Yes.
fresh ingredients as much as you can, which I
Yep.
think is such a big thing now.
Yeah.
You know?
Better for you, and
Yeah.
it's you see more and more of it. And I think
well,
that's,
you know, and I would much rather give my money to a local farm, you know, and help them pay their rent than go to Walmart. And, you know,
Right.
who knows where it's going.
I'm so excited about this.
Me too.
So my tongs, we're gonna go with a spoon instead.
Okay.
So just like whenever you're laying them in there, you're gonna want to flip them away from you as well.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Crust.
Succulent,
looks
decadent, yummy.
Oh, the smells are really coming out. now.
One for Samantha, one for Deborah, one for Bryce, and one for everybody else to share.
That's right.
Sounds good to me. Oh
Come
wow.
on.
My mother used to tell me that I think I'm an only child. I don't like to share very well. I'll share tonight. Oh my gosh, Chef Samantha, that was
Oh, this looks so good.
amazing.
Oh, yes. So those will be done here in just a couple minutes.
Do we have a plate to plate it up when
We
they are
do
done?
actually underneath that
Oh,
tab.
just
It's
to
a
be
lovely
ready.
piece of sweet cornbread.
I was just gonna ask what would be great to pair this
oh my
with.
gosh.
Yes. So there's actually a knife over there as well. We're just gonna take this. And what we do at the restaurant is we just take a nice piece of cornbread.
Is this homemade? Like you did
course
this?
it
Of
is.
course.
Of course it
I
is.
love
It
me
gets
some
no more
cornbread.
southern than this.
No.
I love this.
True low country for
Yes.
you.
So
that's
is this
great.
something you guys serve every day, or is it a specialty?
Every day on the
menu?
day.
Oh,
We
wow.
do. We've got an open faced crab cake sandwich with hand sliced chips and remoulade on top.
Sounds good.
So we're gonna go ahead and cut this off.
Bryce, I know where we'll be going this weekend.
Right.
We get to hang out with the chef.
All right. So now once they're all done, you can pick them up easier with the tongs.
Okay.
So we're gonna just slide these right over here.
Am I moving it too?
Oh wow.
Yes.
Chef Samantha, you have outdone yourself.
Oh, I try.
Oh, and you know what I love about this? It's simplistic.
It is.
Yes.
Yep.
Easy.
Southern cornbread, crab cakes. We're going to put a little topping on it, and it's simple. It's
Simple,
not
yep.
too many ingredients. It wasn't difficult. So,
And we're just gonna take this,
yum.
drizzle it right over the top.
Oh wow.
Okay, so our favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
And I'm a messy eater. I want every single
Get
little.
it all in there.
Oh my gosh. That is
Layers
so.
of flavor.
This is not just amazing.
No, you say layers of flavor. You can literally taste those layers. That is so good.
Awesome.
And the sauce just makes it. Oh my God. We love you. Will you come back and
Absolutely.
will you come every afternoon and share with us?
Yes.
Thank you
you
for
so
sharing
much.
this
Oh my gosh.
amazing recipe. We're gonna check out your website.
Yes, please. www.mychefshouse.com.
Okay, and also we'll have it on the DeborahKennedyShow.com. And thank you so much for stopping by. This is
having
amazing.
me.
So we're gonna have you back.
Yes.
And if you guys try this
definitely.
at home, let us know about it. We want to hear how it
Yes.
turns
We
out.
want to hear from the viewers how if you try it at home and you love it and
Yeah.
when a second taste that they can do
Yeah.
and stop by the set and bring us some.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So let's say goodbye
Make sure
to
you
our
call
audience.
me.
That's right. We need her help. Let's say bye.
Thank
Bye.
When you look around, see the tears fall.